What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first.
And I'm the Sound Alchemist, and he is...
Gersh1. Did I jump way too quick into it?
I jumped way too quick into it.
Oh, yeah.
And this first question comes from...
Shinko Kirito Ichika. What would happen if the Men of Iron did not turn on humanity? Would they be an effective fighting force for the Imperium? So let's talk about this guy that came in the Blackstone Fortress box set. His name is AR something something something.
AR beep boop 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 beep.
And so far, what we see is that he is knowledgeable of the Imperium, and he works to say that he works for the Imperium, but of course is working for his own means, or so we think, or so the plot says so. What this means is that the Men of Iron that exist in the Imperium today haven't found a way to take over, or at least haven't done so yet. So yes, there could be potential that they're not so much like that they're peaceful, but they coexist with humanity, and they can coexist in the future with humanity. If that's true, then what that means is that we can hopefully get GW to give us a faction of Men of Iron that can ally with the Imperium. So
would they be allying with the Imperium? I feel like they'd be their own thing, though.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they would be their own thing, but most likely they would ally themselves with the Imperium. Kind of like this. The Adeptus Mechanicus is technically a own faction. So is the Inquisition, so are the Sisters of Battle, but they all fall within the umbrella of the Imperium, kind of.
I'll give it to you.
If not, then we can treat them like the Harlequins, the Craftworld Eldar, because those two tend to be allies with the Imperium most often.
Right.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens down the line. Play Blackstone Fortress. We have a giveaway going on. You could win Blackstone Fortress if you check out our 40 facts on the Blackstone Fortress. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and you might win. Next question.
DFuel06. What do you guys think would happen if the entire Warhammer 40K tabletop game was turned into a video game? I mean, like a video game version of the actual tabletop game with all the rules from the codexes, the dice rolling, the phases, and so on.
At first, I would say, oh no, that's detrimental, because then people are going to want to play the game instead of playing the board game. But didn't Magic do the same thing?
Yeah, that's the one thing that instantly popped into my head. So yeah, that is a really good idea, especially because, it was going in my head the whole time. Magic the Gathering did it, and it turned out pretty good. The only thing that I feel would be a little bit weird is that, yes, you'll have your people that say, why travel and meet face to face? You can just, play me online.
Right.
And the thing is, with video games nowadays, you have like microtransactions, the whole gacha aspect, which is like randomizing stuff. So it'd be kind of weird if like, in order to play as like Abaddon, Gilliman, like you have to unlock these characters. And yes, that's probably what's going to happen because they're not going to give you everything right out of the bat.
It's true.
You gotta have to kind of play the game. The whole aspect is to play the game enough to where you want to play these characters, you want to fulfill your army, and unfortunately, I feel like that's the kind of way games are paving nowadays. Pay to win, which kind of sucks, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you think that people who end up finding about Warhammer 40K through like this imaginary game would actually go towards the tabletop? Or do you think they would just... Like, is this a way to bring people to play 40K?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of people that I've talked to and a lot of people that comment in this channel, they say, like, I've read the books, I played the video game, I didn't even know it was a tabletop until you guys were talking about it. So it is a way to get exposure, and having a video game would be badass.
Right. I mean, you could introduce somebody to a video game and be like, oh, your captain that did this. You could actually use him as like a model. So
yeah, you would want to have that model, kind of like those amiibo things, right?
Yeah. So it's a good idea, although I'm a little hesitant as to how it'll be executed. But yes. I'd play the crap out of that.
Next question comes from Truman Farnsworth. Does Girth 1 know that they came out with a God School Thraka model? They did not.
You're talking about like this edition?
Yeah. No, they did not, unfortunately. They'll bring it up again.
Great green goo. What would happen if a Tyranid hive fleet absorbed a perpetual's DNA, such as Vulcan? Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. Vulcan. I mean, they're already kind of perpetual. Like,
yeah, you can't really kill the. Well, you can kill a hive fleet.
you can kill a hive fleet, yeah, but like, you kill a Tyranid gaunt, like it doesn't really matter. They're just gonna spew out another one.
And is the whole concept of a perpetual tied to the warp somehow? Because if it is, then a Tyranid can have powers with the warp, right?
Right.
Or is that what a Neuranthrope and the Zoanthropes are?
I don't know. I gotta look into that, because is that actual warp fueling them, or is it the hive mind giving them these powers?
Yeah, we have to look it up. But yeah.
Interesting concept.
Did we answer his question?
What would happen if a perpetual got eaten by them?
Not much.
Yeah.
Gingivitis. No, what is it called? Upset stomach. Diarrhea. David T. What would the results be? Jesus. That's the same one.
No.
Next question comes from Sam Jackson. Are there any universes that are stronger than 40K in at least one area? Yeah, you can make the argument that like One Punch Man, Dragon Ball Z, those types of worlds that build up a specific individual.
Superman.
Yeah, those usually tend to be the ones. But as far as like a Star Wars or a Dune or like something like that, I don't think so. I think like Warhammer 40K, we talked about this before, but it's way too epic.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of 40K. It's epic. It's like you're going into battle with thousands of units, or not thousands,
It depends, right?
a lot of units.
Yeah.
Next question.
This one is a really interesting one. This one's by Michael Howell. If you could ask the Emperor one question, what would you ask him? Can I ask you more questions?
He says no, and then you're done.
No, I'm done. Yeah.
That's a good question, and I don't know what I would ask the Emperor.
I think my question, just the one question that comes to mind is why. You're supposed to know like what's coming. Like the events of the Horus Heresy supposedly were already known to you. Why let it turn out the way it did? Is there some kind of end game that this was supposed to, happen the way it did? Why? Because like humanity's in a huge descent, chaos is on the rise, and it's not looking good.
Yeah, I would ask the Emperor, how can we bring you back?
Don't worry about it. I'm
chilling. He would say that, or even worse would be if he says like,
don't.
Oh yeah, I am back. And then you look behind you and he's right there. Oh, and it's a little Chinese woman. Next question comes from I'll be damned. A question from Gershwin. Who's gonna go to a Waterworld? Answer: Kevin Costner and Tyranids. Count me out. Who's Kevin Costner?
He was in Waterworld.
I never. Oh no, I did watch Waterworld. I did when I was a kid. They used to come on
TBS.
Is it
TNT?
TNT. It was TNT. Next question.
This one is by Juan Martinez. The Sound Alchemist mentioned a civil war because of the Primaris. Can you elaborate on that? Now, I was just saying it's just a theory that because you know how like the past is, you're supposed to learn from the past or it'll come and haunt you again. I think that with the Primaris, it's a prime example of that because they're letting these genetically modified soldiers that have been modified by the Adeptus Mechanicus, not by the Emperor himself, to be intermingled with the chapters of the Space Marines to basically bolster their forces. And I think just like in Star Wars, the clone troopers are going to turn on the Jedi, the Primaris are going to turn on the regular Space Marines. And with Calgar already going through the process and modifications of becoming Primaris, they're going to be super bolstered and they're just going to utterly decimate the surviving regular Space Marines. So because of that, you could say that it's going to be like Horus Heresy version 2, but this time the Mechanicus will be using the Primaris to become the one true power over the current Imperium. theory. I'm just saying.
You should create a 40 facts theory on that.
I will. That sounds
Your
pretty
own
interesting.
Thoughts. Next question comes from Defool06. Okay, so I can't stand it anymore. What are your plans for the football game behind you? And are you going to convert it into a terrain or something? What football game?
It's right here.
Ah, okay. So that's a foosball table that was sitting in my living room. And then the dog got to it. So then I had to bring it in here. That's that. I'm not converting it. I've never even played that. Oh no, we played it once.
Yeah, once.
He has a second question. Are there any sport leagues within the Warhammer 40K universe? Blood Bowl.
That's which is weird. Like, I don't know how that fits in with the lore, but sure.
Well, I think that's fantasy.
It is, right?
Yeah, because they have like dwarves.
Yeah.
And they call them dwarves, not squats. But
they got orcs with a K. No, orcs with a C, not with a
C,
K.
yeah. But as far as like games and stuff, they still have soccer. I'm sorry,
Football. Don't make me beat you in FIFA again.
The last time we played FIFA was 2007.
That was a long time.
We weren't even out of high school yet. Next question and last question comes from Jim Dighton. Are Juggalos Harlequins? In their own special way. I heard that Juggalos are like hardcore, like super zealot believers in the Emperor of Mankind. So, yeah, I guess.
We'll go with that.
Just making stuff up. I've never been a Juggalo. I've been friends with 2 people that have been part of the culture. The insane clown posse and all that.
Oh, I don't know why, but I was thinking Gigolo.
I know, he said Juggalo.
He did say Juggalo.
Yeah, they're the guys that, it's like rock rap, kind of. Like hardcore badassery.
Learned something today.
And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, don't hesitate to comment down in the comment section below.
Put question before your question, because we usually get to those first. Or if you don't have a question, thumbs up the question you want us to see.
And don't forget that we have a giveaway going on right now. You can win Blackstone Fortress box set if you check out the 40 facts on the Blackstone Fortress. Also, we have a Patreon, we have an Instagram, and we have a Facebook. So check us out on there.
Yeah. There will be a Facebook giveaway coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Verse 1!
And we are out of here.
Oh, I used to put my